Hello everyone and welcome to Ender the Party Devlog. In this entry, I will talk about the new two square types and the new game system I added to the game. Let's jump right in. I like to start with the new two square types, which are Shop Square and Bonfire Square, as you can see on the left corners of the game board. And I believe it will be best to show them in action. So I pick my quest and roll the dice. Okay, we land on a big creature. I think I'll just kill that one. And let's pick the quest for the other player. Roll the dice again. Okay, we landed a random creature and got a strong one. I'll avoid that. And yes, I could avoid that. Okay, let's deal a little bit of damage to the other player for ending our turn. Okay, as you can see, the first player right now has a little bit of low HP and mana right now. Let's roll our dice again, and we land on Bonfire Square. And as you can see, we restored our HP and mana. The Bonfire Square serves as a short rest for players that took a little bit too much damage in the early game. And as you notice, we couldn't use any other skill despite having mana. Because Bonfire Square is a neutral square, just like Shop Square. And in neutral squares, players can't use abilities, but other players also can target them with their abilities. So let's show that. I think I will avoid that one. And let's see. Okay, as you can see, the other player is in the range of this ability, but I still can target that because, as I said, they are in the neutral square right now. So I will just end my turn. So before getting to the shop square, I'd like to talk about the gold system I added to the game and the item upgrade system. So I've talked about how the creatures are the main source of power in the game before. They give rewards in the form of gold and experience. Experience will allow players to upgrade their skills as they wish to fit their play style better, while gold provides them raw damage. When a player lands on a shop square, or when they pass through the beginning square, they will automatically spend their gold by powers of 100. For each 100 gold they spend, they will increase their upgrade level by 1. And all of their abilities will have their damage increased by a certain percentage depending on the upgrade level. As you can see, we land on the shop square. Our gold went down to 0, but we received an upgrade level. And as you can see, our damage has been increased. My first idea for the upgrade system was to create a bunch of items with different unique effects, stuff like extra burn damage or increased movement. But after doing some non-engine playtests, I quickly realized this kind of system would contradict with the game's vision. This game is meant to be a quick and simple fun party game. Although I do take inspiration from RPGs, this is supposed to be a simplified version of them. So I don't want players to focus on min-maxing their builds like in an RPG. I believe it's better to keep players focused on what's happening on the board. So in the end, I went for this much more simplified upgrade system, and I think it serves its purpose very well. Now let's wrap it up with a quick look at the scripts. Again, all these codes are subject to change, so instead of going through every single line, I will just explain the mentality behind them. So for the upgrade system, I added the new function called by upgrade to my game network controller. As you can see, it simply divides players' gold with 100 and saves the result as players' upgrade level, while saving the remainder is their remaining gold. I call this function whenever players goes through the beginning square, which is a function I already had. And I added a new function for the shop square, which basically just calls the by upgrade function. And to update players' damage with their upgrade level, I simply added a line in my case skill function, which is here. Previously, it was just taking damage from the skill vial. Now it also adds the upgrade level and multiplies it with a value. Again, these values are all subject to change. And finally, to exclude neutral spaces from other players' ability range, I added a simple if clause to my setInRange state, which is a function that already exists in squares. And I use that to determine which squares are in player's range. Here, every board square type already has their type assigned to them, like tavern and bonfire and shop. So, if the square is one of those types, I simply set out of range state function, which does all the job that makes the square out of range, such as changing their color, making targets unclickable, etc. And this is all for this devlog. There is very little remaining in terms of game board. I believe there is just 2 squares left that I need to finish. And after that, I will start working on skills. And I am very excited about that. Thanks for watching and see you later.